There is no denying it. There's no denying it. There is something so sacred about the days right after Christmas. I know you feel me on this one. You just celebrated the reason for the season with your beautiful family. The wrapping paper is gone. The noise settles, and the children are playing with their new treasures. The joy, the happiness, the blessing, the magic. And suddenly, the house gets quiet again. It's a different kind of quiet, not empty, not lonely, but reflective. It's the kind of quiet that invites you to sit down, breathe, and ask the questions you were too busy to ask yourself all year. How did this year shape me? What did I learn? What surprised me? I know it surprised me. What hurt me? We had some tough moments this year. What healed me? And what do I want to carry forward? And what do I refuse to carry into one more year? This episode, it's not about sadness. It's about celebration, a sacred pause to acknowledge that you made it through a year that perhaps tried to take you to pieces, or that tried to take pieces of you. And yet here you are, standing, still loving, still building, still believing. And friend, that matters more than you know. No. Ooh, that's better, right, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah. She founded an architectural concrete company.
He founded a $100 million clothing company.
She took the world by storm as a social media star.
He took the world by storm as a famous serial entrepreneur.
Together we started a business.
And had babies.
Now we're figuring out the best ways to do both.
Join us as we learn from other entrepreneurs going through the same life struggles.
As they share their life hacks about success, love, kids,
and everything in between. Hello, my friend, and welcome back to Becoming Unshakable, the Legacy Conversations bonus series, a special edition brought to you by the Entrepreneur Parents Podcast, a community of strong families building unshakable legacies. I'm your host, Ildiko Ferenczi, and today we're sitting in the quiet together. And it's not sadness. It's not with sadness, but with gratitude, perspective, and intention. And before we go any further, I want to invite you to grab your journal or just open a notes app if you're not at home. This episode is a gentle year-end inventory. Oh my gosh, that just gave me chills. Like at the end of the year, we used to have to do inventory every year in the jewelry store and then also in my store. When I opened my store when I was 13, I can literally smell the smell of the jewelry store and the party shop. Wow, it brings back memories from when I was a child. The word inventory, oh my goodness, because I kind of dreaded it, but then I at the same time loved it because we got to spend that time with the family. So here we are. We're doing our year-end inventory, a moment to look back with gratitude, gather the wisdom, and release the weight you were never meant to carry into the new year. We'll be reflecting, processing, and asking some incredibly powerful questions together. So if you can, slow down for a few minutes and give yourself the gift of being present, really present, as we honor the year that shaped you. The end of the year, it isn't a funeral for what didn't happen. It's a celebration for everything you lived through, that you learned from, and that you grew from. Before you reach for that coffee, consider this. What if the energy boost you're looking for isn't in your cup, but in your cells? I challenge you to swap your morning coffee for Shilajit by Symbiotica. And here's what can happen. No crash, no jitters, just clean, sustained energy, plus mental clarity and trace minerals that our bodies actually need, that are actually starving for, to be honest. This isn't just a supplement. It's an ancient adaptogen sourced from the Himalayas that supports mitochondrial function, stamina, and overall vitality. Your coffee never did that. Okay, let's just be honest. Try it for a week and tell me your body doesn't thank you. Symbiotica's Shilajit is next level wellness, and honestly, you may never go back to drinking coffee. Click the link below down in the bio and get your Shilajit today. Give yourself this moment to do a gentle heart check. Not a harsh edit, just an audit. Okay, I'm inviting you to do this audit because it's going to be so valuable for you. Not self-criticism. Okay, get that out of your head. Throw that out. Okay, just honesty. Ask yourself, this is beautiful. Get ready for it. What am I truly grateful for this year? Gratitude isn't denial. It's recognition. It's saying, I see the good. I see the blessing. I remember the moments that lifted me. I remember those beautiful moments. What were your highlights? A hug? A breakthrough? A season of rest? Did you get that this year? I sure didn't. Just being honest. A small victory only God saw, maybe? Your children's growth? Your marriage resilience? Your own quiet strength? If you didn't get there with the marriage, I know we had some really rocky moments, if I'm honest. We really did. Listen, gratitude softens the edge of the year. Even the hard parts. So if you did have a rocky year with something, you need to find the moments that you can be grateful for. What went well? What went well? And we're going to ask ourselves, if something in your year went beautifully, a habit, a rhythm, your relationship, a routine. I know some of us in our community had a routine, added some routines into our lives. A boundary. Some of us did inventory. We didn't sit at tables that were feeding us poison in the past. Okay, we protected our spouse. A lot of us in the community protected our spouse. They cut some ties. Is it adding a prayer life? Don't just celebrate it, study it. Ask, what made that work? How can I recreate that next year? What part of me came alive in that? Winds leave clues, right? I always say I have the blueprint for what I've gone through. I have the exact blueprint for what I've gone through for people that are going through what I went through before. Joy leaves trails, doesn't it? God leaves fingerprints. I love that poem. I remember someone gave my mom that poem. Maybe someone had a hard year, and there was that poem, the Footprints poem, when they question, how come I only saw one, getting goosebumps, one set of footprint marks on the beach. There was two when life was good, and then when in my hardest days, there was only one set of footprints in the sand. Why would you leave me? Oh my gosh, I'm going to get emotional. Stop it. And then God says something along the lines, I don't remember it exactly, but I see the beautiful artwork that was given to my mom after my brother passed. And he says, those were the moments that I was carrying you. We've all had moments like that. Right? So write those down, because that's a blessing. This is how we build on blessings. And now, if something did feel like a loss, don't waste it. Maybe this year didn't go the way that you hoped. I know there's a few things in our life that didn't go the way that we hoped. Right? I think that everybody can agree that a few things didn't go the way that they had hoped. Maybe you lost something or someone. Maybe you outgrew a version of your life you were afraid to let go of. Maybe something ended. Maybe something really disappointed you. I know I felt a couple things that truly, truly disappointed me. Maybe you walked through a fire that you didn't expect. And here's the truth. Okay, loss is not failure. Loss it's instruction. You can look at it that way. You can look at it as instruction. Really listen to the experience. What instruction did it give you? Loss is also a redirection. Maybe it's a change of path, a pivot, something to do differently. Loss is God turning the soil for something new to grow. Imagine that. Something beautiful can come of this. Planting seeds in this season of loss or pain or disappointment, weakness, whatever it is. It's planting seeds to grow something beautiful. Ask yourself, what did this loss reveal about me? What strength did I discover? Even in the hardest time, I know that you've had some strength. What needed to change? What in your life needed to change? And what boundary needed to be placed? So many people are talking about this right now, that they have to put the boundaries in place for their own mental health, for their own family's health. They need to put boundaries in place. What truth did I finally have to face? I know a lot of people, they're doing work that they've never wanted to do, that they've been avoiding their entire lives. Some of us are doing, what were they? The work, like the work from when we've gone through things in our childhood. Even in loss, there is always a thread of gratitude. Remember that. There's always a thread of gratitude. Gratitude for what it taught you. Gratitude for the strength it forced you to build. I remember that strength. I've lost loved ones. I was fighting for my life. I remember it. Powerful, powerful stuff. Those are blessings and they're gifts. I know that there's painful moments, but there's so many beautiful gifts within it. Gratitude for the clarity it gave you. Gratitude for the next, how can I word this? Gratitude for the new space it created for the next season, for next year. Therapists teach that when the body slows down and the external world goes quiet, the nervous system finally it feels safe enough to process. That's why the days after Christmas stir emotions. Whatever season it is for you in your life right now, the nostalgia, the grief, the joy. Maybe you're having you had a joy-filled year. Your Christmas was so joyful, right? And it's stirring those emotions, the reflection, and the unspoken things. There's no weakness in this reflection, in these emotions that come up. Whatever the emotions are, it comes up. The year's coming to a close. That's an emotional thing. My baby's now going to be 1 year old. Your baby's growing so fast. Your children are growing. You see time flying by. Whatever the emotion is, it's a gift. Your body is attempting to make sense of everything you lived through, and let it. Feel it. And I'd like to add, as we sit here in this quiet moment, this soft space between Christmas and the brand new year coming, I want to take you to something that has carried me through some seasons of my life. When I sit with the entire story of this year, the victories, the beautiful moments with my children, their victories, their commitments, even the moments that truly hurt me deeply, the redirections I never saw coming, I can't help but remember the promise that has never failed me. Romans chapter 8, verse 28 says, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose." And when I read that, I don't just think about the good moments, although I do, but I also think about the confusing ones and the ones that stretched me and the ones that made me question my marriage, my spouse, myself, the ones that broke my heart a little, but built my strength a whole lot. Because all things mean all things, right? The good, the confusing, the beautiful, the broken, all things. God doesn't waste a single moment, not a tear, not a lesson, not a blessing, not a loss. Everything in your year was either planted by God or permitted by Him for your growth. Write that down. You're not entering the year empty-handed. You're ending it wiser, deeper, stronger, and close to the version of yourself He is shaping. Feel it, friends. And when you can look back with gratitude, even for the things that hurt, that's when you know you're stepping into the next season with spiritual maturity, with clarity, and with peace. With peace. That's the best word for it. Now, before we rush into the new year, pause, breathe, reflect, and ask yourself, what is quiet trying to tell me about my story, about our legacy? What do I want more of? What do I want less of? What am I carrying that isn't mine? What am I ready to grow into? Let this quiet be your teacher. Let it show you what your heart has been whispering all year long. The truth, the longing, the healing, and the next step God has been preparing you for. Because this quiet is not empty. It's holy. It's where clarity rises. Old wounds loosen their grip. And the real you, the called, chosen, appointed you, finally has room to speak, to do what you were meant to do. This is the moment that shapes the entire year ahead. Now, if you haven't been writing in your journal or making some notes, I want you to sit quietly with these questions. If you haven't grabbed your journal when I mentioned that you should, because this is going to be a good inventory type of show. Great conversation where you get to really reflect on the year. Pause this and go grab it now if you haven't. You can always listen to the episode again, but I invite you to grab the journal for sure for this one and sit with these questions quietly. What was my greatest blessing of the year? This will be fun to go back to next year. What was my greatest blessing of the year? What was my biggest lesson? And what did it teach me about who I am? It could be bad. It could be good. What is that big lesson that came to you? What is one thing I'm grateful I survived? What is one thing I'm grateful I received? What am I ready to stop carrying? And what am I ready to create in the new year? Fearlessly. What am I ready to create in the new year? And what do I want my children to remember about me this year? And who do I want my children to see me become this coming year? double down on your legacy. Double down on building your legacy with your family. I think that those are some really beautiful questions to write down, ones that you can revisit next year. And with all of those beautiful questions and reflections, let's move into a prayer. Father, thank you for the gift of this year. We are so lucky to have another beautiful year. For every moment that shaped us, stretched us, and strengthened us. Thank you for the blessings that carried us and the lessons that built us. Give us eyes to see your faithfulness, wisdom to understand what we walked through, and peace as we realize everything that doesn't belong in the year ahead. Teach us to end this year with gratitude, to step into the next with clarity, courage, and expectancy. In Jesus' name, amen. Friends, we have to realize how truly lucky we were for this year. There's many that would do anything to have another year. So no matter what we've journeyed through this year, just remember how truly lucky you are. Okay, look forward to the next year. Friend, this isn't the end of a year. It's the beginning of wisdom. It's the beginning of a beautiful new year. I'm excited. I'm just really excited. I have this childlike excitement in me for this new year. I'm excited. And let that quiet speak, the quiet between Christmas and the new year. Let it speak to you. Let the gratitude rise. Let the reflection soften you. And let this be the year you walk into your calling with intention. Walk into it strong. If this episode brought you peace or perspective or just touched you, or just awakened something within you, or excited you for the new year, share it with someone who might need this moment of reflection. You can take a screenshot of this episode and share it on your story, on Instagram, tag us on Entrepreneur Parents Podcast, because when you share, you plant those seeds of hope in another family's story. I say that all the time. Truly, truly. You guys are doing this act of kindness to bring these important messages to others so that they can change their lives, be their best self, and build their legacy. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and leave a kind review. 5 stars. Do it right now. Do it just real quickly. It only takes a few seconds. When you share and when you do this, I guess it's like an act of kindness. When you do that, the message will get to someone that needs it. I get so many DMs saying, my friend sent me this and I'm so glad. My friend loves me so much. Somewhere along those lines, it's just always something so beautiful. Because when you send it to someone, they know that you love them. These are conversations of love and encouraging other families, to really invest in themselves. And if you love the children's podcast. I don't know if you've listened to it yet. The Entrepreneur Kids Legacy Show. If you want to be a part of the growth, you can go to the show notes and you can give them a gift. It helps the production costs and everything all the expenses that go into the show. And it helps them connect worldwide and give these beautiful screen-free lessons to other children that need it. And they're all listening with their families all around the world. It's so beautiful. So the link is in the show notes. It's buymeacoffee.com/entrepreneurkids. Daniel and Destiny have been working so hard to pour into these other children, and these other children are just creating amazing things with their family. And I'm just so proud of all the children that listen to the show and their families too. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining. Truly grateful to spend this beautiful time with you between Christmas and New Year's. And remember, friends, strong families build unshakable legacies, and it all begins with honoring the year that shaped you and your beautiful family. Again, God bless you. I love you.
Thank you, beautiful friends, for listening to this important message from Mama. Share with someone you love and care about. Oh, and we'd love to personally invite you to listen to our podcast. It's for young future leaders ready to change the world and be a light in the dark. Listen together as a family. It's called the Entrepreneur Kids Legacy Show. We know you'll love it. Be bold, be kind, build an unforgettable family legacy. God bless you. We love you. And parents, if no one told you yet, let us be the first. You're doing a remarkable job. And remember, you are the hero of your story, because every legacy begins with a hero, and that hero is you.
This podcast is for inspirational and educational purposes only, and it is not intended to replace professional advice, legal advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The views expressed are based on personal experience and faith-based insight and are meant to encourage reflection and growth. Always seek the guidance of qualified professionals regarding any questions or concerns you may have about your health, relationships, or business.